For any parent that's updating or transitioning their child's bedroom, well, Priscilla Castellano of Andrea Lauren Elegant Interiors has some great advice for us on how to do it successfully. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Now, we're going to start with baby nurseries. We're starting from, the first stages on up, and this is going to build kids' rooms throughout their life until they're about to go to college?
Growing with your rooms.
And why is it so important to update your child's room or transition it into the next stage? It promotes a lot of education, learning. What is the reason?
Oh, absolutely. What happens is through every phase, we go and we change our personalities, the things start changing in their lives. So we start with our nursery. We thought this would be a good starting point.
Okay.
And we're going to work and see the transition. Basically, that once they transition from certain age group, we change the rooms. It's part of their personality.
Yeah,
they change. They become a different person. Absolutely.
All right, well, let's look at the baby's room. Now, this is for a boy's room. Yes. So if you were going to start decorating it, where exactly would you start? What piece of the room?
I normally start with the walls. I like to do paint. Once I do my color selection, everything seems to flow.
You have your base.
Absolutely. And once we start with the base, then we start looking for a color theme, a theme. What is it that we're looking? What is it that it's inspiring? Obviously, at this time, is going to be the mom and dad.
Right. And you've done a green base. That would be the base here, right?
Absolutely. I want something that is going to be a good transition for them. At this point, we can either take some of the baby furniture away and create it into a next stage, into the toddler, and not have to be making a big transition.
Right.
Or we can certainly make a different transition, which you're going to see in the next board as well.
Right. And that way you can keep some of the furniture, as you said, save some money. Let's go to the girls' room before we go to the next stage. Now, with the girls' room, again, you start same thing, green base. Where do you move from there?
Okay, again, we could stay with the chandelier. We could keep that. Most of it, with the exception, we actually even encourage for parents to go ahead and do, even on the crib, to do something that they could go the same company actually gives you the ability to perform it to a next stage.
Yeah.
Into a day bed.
A day bed. We love products like that. It saves us money and lasts for a long time.
Absolutely. So at this point, maybe we could just remove the dressing table. You know, we're not going to need that very long. But everything else you can use for their toddlers. Or if you choose at that point and say, you know what, I've had this long enough, let's just change and do something refreshing. I see that there's a lot of changes, and that's a choice. So, but if you want to save some money, we can just remove some of the furniture and make it functional. Let's
move on to the next stage of their life. Now, this is a pretty big jump. Let's remove both of these cards. And this is clearly for a preteen or teenage child, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's start with the boys here.
Okay.
Now, you have a cream base wall, very kind of neutral color. You can go a lot of ways with that. You've changed the wall color as your base.
Yes, I have. So I felt at this time, again, keeping it neutral, something that we can keep on for a while.
Okay.
And but at this time, we just decided, well, he's growing up. It's between 7 and 12 years old. So this is the time that we can do something. He's sharing a room with his brother. So we're going to go ahead and make it a theme of a surfer. But at this point, what we like to do is also create the space.
With bigger pieces. I'm so sorry. Let's move on over here. Real quick, tell me real fast, what did you do with this same cream wall? What was the biggest piece you got here, biggest transition?
The biggest transition was the bed at this point, and obviously the accessories, because it has changed tremendously.
Sure.
So
Priscilla, I'm so sorry we are out of time here, but we can see all the changes. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Okay, well, thank you.
We'll be right back.